In 1942, an Indian forest official stumbled upon hundreds of human skeletons stockpiled in and around a mysterious lake, high in the Himalayas. He came across hundreds of bones and skulls, some with flesh still on them. What had happened to all these people? Why were they in the mountains, and when and how had they died? The lake, a glacial tarn called Roopkund, was more than 16,000 feet above sea level, a 5-day trek from human habitation, in a mountain surrounded by snowfields. Roopkund Lake, located in the Indian state of Uttarakhand, is a favorite destination for those who visit northern India. It is also known as the Mystery Lake, or the Lake of Skeletons, because of the number of skeletons that have been found in the region. The high-altitude glacial lake in Uttarakhand lies in the lap of Trishul Massif. With a depth of about 3 meters, Roopkund is widely known for the hundreds of ancient human skeletons found at the edge of the lake. In 1942, H.K. Madwal, an Indian forest officer, stumbled upon hundreds of human skeletons stockpiled in and around Roopkund Lake. He reported the bizarre find, a mysterious lake where between 300 to 800 people met their tragic end, and the frigid Himalayas continued to preserve the human remains. The human skeletal remains are visible at its bottom when the snow melts. There are several tales associated with this lake, one of which states that in the medieval era, King Jas Dowal of Kannauj wanted to celebrate the birth of his heir by commencing a pilgrimage to the Nanda Devi mountains in the Himalayas. Soon after, the wrath of a local deity, Latu, befell on him in the form of a terrible hailstorm, and the people were thrown into the Roopkund Lake. In the midst of the Second World War, British officials in India initially worried that the dead might be the remains of Japanese soldiers attempting a secret invasion. The apparent age of the bones quickly dispelled that idea. While some British explorers believe the bones belong to the General Zorawar Singh's army, who lost their way and died in the lap of Himalayas while returning home after the Battle of Tibet in 1841. Many historians are of the opinion that these corpses belong to an unsuccessful attack by Muhammad Tughlaq on the Garhwal Himalayas. The skeletons, discovered at Roopkund Lake, were analyzed using DNA to finally determine the ethnic origin of the people they may have belonged to. In a stunning turn, according to these results, the first group of skeletons appear to have belonged to people originating from the eastern Mediterranean. The researchers found that the DNA of the skeletons is similar to the genetic makeup of Greek people who currently live on Crete and on the mainland of Greece. The second group of bones, which was found in the same area, are far older, and date all the way back to the year 800 AD. The DNA of the second group of skeletons matches that of people from South Asia, including modern Indians and Pakistanis. Scientists genetically analyzed and carbon-dated the remains of 38 bodies, including 15 women, found at the lake. Some of them date back to around 1,200 years. The studies of the skeletons revealed head injuries. According to some sources, these injuries were caused by round objects from above, and were the common cause of death amongst the deceased. Those researchers concluded that the victims had been caught in a sudden hailstorm, just as described in local legends and songs. There is growing concern about the regular loss of skeletons, and it is feared that, if steps are not taken to conserve them, the skeletons may gradually vanish in the years to come. It is reported that tourists visiting the area are in the habit of taking back the bones in large numbers, and the district administration has expressed the need to protect the area. Government agencies have made efforts to develop the area as an eco-tourism destination to protect the skeletons. The Skeleton Lake is quite inaccessible. It is a few days' trek from the nearest roadhead in Shamali district. It is hidden under ice and snow most of the year. The lake becomes visible usually only in August and September. You need to get special permissions to visit. There is a ban on visitors in order to protect the lake and its precious content.